What up, friends? Welcome back to another edition of PGA Tour picks and props here at oddschecker.com/US. Smash that like button, leave a comment, tell me who you think is going to win the Memorial this week, or which props are some of your favorites, or just your favorite. I'm here with my guy at Tour Picks, Joe Idone. We're going to give you our three favorite props for the Memorial this week. If you missed it already, I spoke outrights with Rick Gaiman at Rick Run Good. Go check that out in the feed if you're subbing. Those will drop right in. Let's waste no time. Joe, we got a top Englishman on the market. You're trying to suck up to me or something. So start us off right. Good vibes only.
Not only you, I think a lot of us have good vibes surrounding Mr. Danny Willett. He's plus 600 top Englishman, Jeff. Here's the thing. I was looking at the top 40 market and was very interested in him there. He's around like plus 240, I believe, in the top 40 market. But ultimately, I'm just going to step in front of the train recently that has been Matt Fitzpatrick. And I think that Willett is the next best option there. So I figured if those two were kind of aligned head-to-head in the matchup odds, I don't feel like this would be quite priced this steeply on Willett. Aaron Rise, the other one in here that you've got to kind of a little bit worry about, but he's missed 2 out of his last 3 cuts. I feel like his form is sort of trending down. Willett had a 12th at the Masters, has had really good form here. I believe like 26, 32nd, 26. Last year, Jeff, I had a top 20 on him that he just narrowly missed out on 18. I think he plays well again, played well at the Betfred Masters over there a few weeks ago. I think he's got a good shot here, and 6-1 on your dollar is not bad for a top Englishman bet.
I like where your head is at with that one, Joe. I'm going to go with Patrick Reed, top 20 plus 220. That one's available at PointsBet. Comes in as low as plus 180 when using that odds checker grid. Reed is getting momentum, yeah. Joe.
I know.
As we get towards U.S. Open, as we find our way into the summer, he's ditched the PXG driver, having a bit more success there off the tee. A 5th and his 10th in his last 2 runs at the Memorial. Momentum from the PGA. A late Saturday tee time that he couldn't parlay into much on the weekend, but again, good positive vibes at a course that kind of demands a little bit of the wizardry at time that he is best known for. So give me that Patrick Reed T20 plus 220 this week at Memorial.
No doubt. What's the story with the PXG? Because I did see that he ditched the driver. Was it he still has the hat on? Like, is he just done, or is he just making? You don't know.
You kind of put me on the spot. I'm not going to lie and make something up or pretend. I just know that something new's in the bag, and the results have been garnering a little momentum for Patrick. So, give him a chance. Top 20. As long as he's been when he gives himself a chance off the tee, he can certainly compete at courses like this. So Reed top 20 plus 220 is where I'm going to start.
Yeah, the iron play has been much better. I'm going to go into the top 40 market where I've had some success, and actually the same guy as last week. He hit for me last week. I think I mentioned it at that point. He made like 16 out of 17 cuts. Did it once again, man. It's Denny McCarthy. I'm going to keep rolling this one out there, kind of like you did with Honor Bond earlier in the year. And when they're on a little bit of a heater and they're getting plus money to top 40, just keep betting them, and that's what I'm going to do. So he hit for me last week. He's plus 140 over at DraftKings Sportsbook on McCarthy to top 40 this week. You mentioned getting himself in position off the tee. He's been doing that very well. The iron play is ticked up, and we know he's always a good putter. I'm going to take it one more time and run it back on a top 40 on old Denny. So Danny and Denny for me to start things off.
So enjoying the top 40 market. I'm going to double dip into there as we wrap up here, Joe. And I should probably going to guys that have been reliable and profitable for me. Chris Kirk, Anirban Lahiri, as you mentioned. No, I'm going to go a guy that burned us all at the PGA Championship. But coming into the PGA Championship, I was saying, Joe, I think Alex Noren is playing the best golf in North America since he came over or made that initial leap. I am going to, as sometimes you have to in this golf betting game, is forgive one bad start in a tough setup. Muirfield Village is the optimal setup, in my opinion, for Alex Noren. Classical tree-lined bent grass golf course allows him to do what he does best. 13th here last year when he wasn't playing nearly as well, in my opinion, as he's playing now. Top 40, minus 105. You can get more aggressive with that if you want. But Noren, to continue that form outside of that blip from the PGA is my expectation.
Love it. Who's the other guy you got?
Let's go. Luke List, plus 175, top 40. Muirfield Village. I played the card like your favorite, Brooks, Joe. Yeah. But like it's Brooks, it's the Brooks model on hyperspeed. So few guys can win here. Past history kind of does show that from the outright perspective, it is one of the easier events to pick on the calendar. Not saying I'm going to land on a winner, but it does cut down the field. Like, just look at who wins here. The field is cut down for us. It's an invitational to begin with. I don't know what that has to do with Luke List winning, because he's not. But he can take advantage of how Muirfield Village neutralizes the majority of this field with its demanding nature. And he's a much better around the green player than people want to remember him for, or give him credit for at this moment in time. Luke List, T40 plus 175. It's not a big ass, Luke. Just do what you do. You don't even have to hit your putts here to cash this one.
Yeah, it's a nice number. Almost getting
double your money. And I'll get your
money.
thoughts on like a winner's circle or an outright as you like give us your final prop and walk out the door if you want to, Joe.
Yeah, so actually my top bet on the board this week is also conveniently within this matchup prop that I'm going to take. I'm taking Xander over Colin Morikawa. He's a slight favorite here. Did you bet Xander as well?
Yeah, I did. I've posted it. It's in my odds checker article, my outright picks for the week. It's been a while, I think, Waste Management, since I stepped in front of the Xander wheel, Joe. I'm back in front of it. So sell us on the matchup. I'm here for the win. So as far as I'm concerned, he could take out anybody.
Listen, I was very concerned earlier in the season, Geoff, with Xander's accuracy off the tee, and he seemed to be tinkering with different options with the driver. He seems to have really settled in. He's been great the last few weeks in terms of accuracy off the tee. I have him top 20 in the field in terms of driving accuracy. He's obviously in much better form, 13th, 5th, and a 12th, 3 of his last 4 starts. Great history here as well, even going back to the workday, 14th, 14th, 13th, 11th. And I'm kind of going back to this narrative that I've had some success on in the matchups and finding one player that's seemingly playing to all his abilities and is striking the ball great against a guy where you have some question marks and some concerns. And I feel that a little bit with Colin Morikawa right now. He's really struggling around the green. The putting is still not well, and he seems to have lost the magical iron play where he's gaining 6-7 strokes on approach, 40th and a 55th at his last 2 starts. Just hasn't been there for me. I'm just not seeing him make birdies, and I am seeing Xander make birdies. That was a hesitant point for me for quite a while, and I think he really kind of turned things around there at the Byron Nelson when he just, almost missed the cut, and it's something freed him up there. And ever since then, he's been able to make quite a few birdies. I think he's playing well. I think that he has a great chance to win this week, and I'm going to take him in that matchup.
I'm here for all of it, Joe. But I'm also prepared how silly people like us who are betting Xander will feel when a Morikawa or a Cam Smith or Spieth win at like the exact same number.
Yeah,
this week. But I'm ready. I listen. I'm back. I'm back on that wheel of Xander for the week. I think it does set up well. Certainly at Muirfield Village.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Xander for the win. Let's hit some props. I'm Geoff Fienberg. That's Joe Idone. You can find him at Tour Picks online at Twitter. We do this weekly. Join us next week. It's the RBC Canadian Open, then the US Open. Big things ahead. For Geoff Fienberg, for Joe, we out.